Good morning, YouTube, BookTube. This is Johnny. Time to make a video. I looked at my YouTube channel and it has been a couple days and my wife just left to go to the local farmer's market with an old friend and then go out for breakfast. So I am here alone. I can talk into this camera and not feel, what's the word? Like, I don't know. I could make videos with my wife being here, but maybe I'm self-conscious. That's what it is, self-conscious. Well, you get self-conscious even making videos because you think, here I am exposing myself to the world, and who am I? Anyway, it is a Saturday morning here in West Michigan. It is 8:18 in the morning. It is August the 22nd. It's 74 degrees inside the hermit hut. And as usual, I got up this morning around 7 o'clock and did the usual things and I've been writing in my diary, my paper diary. I'm on page 800 for the year 2020. And I basically do the same things every day. I get up around 7, I sit in the living room. I have to wake up when it's quiet. I don't like any kind of noise around me in the morning. No radio, no TV, no talking. I just like to sit in my easy chair in the living room, close my eyes and slowly wake up and make a fresh pot of coffee, and then I go onto the internet, look at videos, BookTube videos, anybody in my subscription, check my email, look at the news, the headlines, then I have breakfast, and then I come here in the dining room and I write in my diary about my life. The first line here in my diary, it is 7:54 a.m. Saturday morning in the death flow, a sunny morning. Carol is getting ready to meet her friend Karen. They are going to the Holland Farmers Market and then out for breakfast. And then it goes on and on and on. So yeah, in the morning I write in my diary and I usually read something. Well, the last several weeks I really can't get into any Christian literature. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't, I can't find anything like commentaries, biblical studies, Puritan works. And so what I decided to do is I'm just going to read the Bible in the morning. And so I've been reading through the book of Genesis. Try that for a while. What I do is I read 10 chapters in the morning, and so that's what I've been doing. I've been reading through the book of Genesis, the first book in the Old Testament, in the mornings, trying to resist looking at commentaries on the book of Genesis, Old Testament theology, just trying to read the book of Genesis. And I've had this kind of thing. I've been a Christian since 1970. And I go through periods where I'm just kind of distracted. I can't really focus on anything like Reformed theology, Reformed dogmatics, or, I just can't get into anything. I think that what it is I'm really kind of anxious about things going on in the world. Presidential elections, global warming, social unrest, growing old, facing the end of my life and things like that. But I don't know what it is, but I've gone through these periods before, and eventually I come out of them. It's kind of like you have springtime, you have winter, you have fall, and now you have springtime, fall, So what's those seasons? You have summer, you have autumn, you have winter, and then you have spring. So maybe right now I'm going through like a dry period in my spiritual development. So what you got to do is you got to pray. Pray to the Holy Spirit to quicken you. Pray to God the Holy Spirit to give you spiritual thirst and hunger. I know I'm not off the narrow way as a Christian. I know I am seeking the Lord. It's just there's not that sense of, I think it's kind of still. Everything's just kind of still. But that's the way it is. So it is a Saturday morning here in West Michigan, writing in my diary. I got a novel in the mail yesterday. I collect this woman's writings, and I've read her writings. Her name is Siri Hustvedt. I can't pronounce her name. Siri. It's a Norwegian. She's not Norwegian. She's an American. She's married to the writer Paul Astor. Yeah. Anyway, this is her novel, Memories of the Future, a novel by Siri Hustvedt. I don't know. I should look it up. It's terrible. It's one thing I wish, I read about scholars and academics who can speak a multiplicity of languages, Japanese, Arabic, Korean, Latin, French, German, Yiddish. I can't even speak English. I wish I could pronounce that name. But she's one of my favorite writers. I ordered a book of essays of hers last night from Amazon. I have a number of her books in our library, and last year I read her novel, A Summer Without Men. It was a slim little thing, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy her writing. Really enjoying this. I'm still reading Nicola Barker, the Yips. I also got a book in the mail, was it this week or last week? I showed you this book, The Fantasyland, How America Won Haywire, a 500-year history by Kurt Andersen. And I told you he had a new book out, and I got it in the mail, and I've been reading it. Evil Geniuses, The Unmaking of America in Recent History by Kurt Andersen. So I've been reading this, really enjoying both. When I got Fantasyland, I got it at a local retail bookstore. No, I didn't. Maybe I got it from Amazon. But I read it for a while, and then I put it aside. So I got it back out when I knew this was coming out. So I've been reading this along with this. So I've been reading those two. I also got in the mail this book, Reaganland, America's Right Turn, 1976 to 1980 by Rick Perlstein. As you all know, I've been looking forward to this. Just came out here in August. It's the 4th volume in a series, and I've shown these before. A couple months ago, I was reading this one, Before the Storm, Barry Goldwater and the Unmaking of the American Consensus by Rick Perlstein. I read this for a while. I'm really enjoying it, and I really want to get back into this. And then I had been reading, a long time ago, Nixonland, The Rise of a President and the Fracturing of America by Rick Perlstein. And then I bought this one, but I have not gotten into it. Excuse me. The Invisible Bridge, The Fall of Nixon and the Rise of Reagan by Rick Perlstein. So then the final 4th volume came out, and I got this in the mail the other day. Reaganland, America's Right Turn, 1976 to 1980. I do plan to read these 4 volumes. I think they're incredible. I have never, if you want to read political history, American history, read about this time period, you can't go wrong buying those 4 volumes. So, reading that, yesterday my wife went out to do errands, and now my wife, since she's retired, she can't resist going to thrift stores and looking at used books. And she called me on my cell phone, and she listed some books that she saw at a local thrift store. And as you all know, I have most of my books cataloged online in library thing. So when my wife calls me, she asks me, do you have this, do you have that? I can go to library thing and look up the author to see if I have it. Well, she found a novel by Murakami, this one, and I didn't have this in my Murakami. Haruki Murakami, Blind Widow, Sleeping Woman. This is a volume of 24 stories. So she bought this for me for $1. It retails for $25. It came out in 2006. Really nice. Looks like it had never been read. My wife has been going to Ditto's, and she's been finding incredible books. Somebody donated a good library to Ditto's, and because she's bought several of these at Ditto's, and they're all in perfect condition, hardback, slipcover. They don't even look like they've been read. So she got that for me. And what else I've been reading? Oh, I got another book in the mail from my, as you all know, I've been reading Samuel Johnson, The Life of Samuel Johnson by James Boswell. I've read 543 pages. Now, I don't know how people in BookTube read this in 1 month. I've been reading it. I'm still just halfway through. There's another 500 pages to go. So I've been reading this, and I got this book in the mail. I ordered this from my Samuel Johnson collection. Dr. Johnson's London, Coffee Houses, Climbing Boys, Medicine, Toothpaste and Gin, Poverty and Press Gangs, Freak Shows and Female Education by Liza, Picard. I got this to read with Life of Samuel Johnson. And I've still been reading The Club, Johnson, Boswell, and the Friends Who Shaped an Age by Leo Damrosch. So, and still been reading Boswell's Presumptuous Task, The Making of the Life of Dr. Johnson by Sisman. Still been looking at Samuel Johnson, The Dictionary of the English Language and Anthology. And still reading Samuel Johnson, a biography by Peter Martin. So what I do is I'll read the life of Samuel Johnson by James Boswell, and then I'll take a break, and then I'll read this for a while, and then I'll read something like this for a while, and then I'll read this for a while, and then I'll read these different books, all centered around the 18th century London, the life of Samuel Johnson, his literary life, his intellectual life, his spiritual life, his friendships, things like that. So it makes this reading more richer, more deeper, more fuller when I read this, to get all this material in my mind as I'm reading this. But I'm really enjoying reading Nicola Barker, the Yips. I'm halfway through this. As you said, no, I ordered another novel by her, Cauliflower. It's coming in the mail. Really enjoying reading Memories of the Future by Siri Hustvedt. Really enjoying reading Evil Geniuses by Kurt Andersen. in Fantasyland by Kurt Andersen. So this is what I've been reading throughout the week, where I'll be reading throughout next week, and probably until into the month of September. Reading the book of Genesis in the Old Testament, writing in my diary. That's what I do. You know, I really don't go anywhere except thrift stores. I just read and write, interact with my wife. This afternoon, our little granddaughter Cora is coming over because Emily and Josie are going to go to the lake, go to the beach, and just live my life trying to keep seeking the Lord. Even though, like I said, right now everything's kind of still. Nothing's really, there's no eruptions, there's no turmoil. Well, there's that sense of anxiety and melancholy about what's going on in America and the world. But that's about it. So yeah, I might read a story out of Murakami. Keep writing in my diary. Like I said, I'm on page 800 for the year 2020. And life just keeps going by. So I thank you for your comments and the new subscribers. So I hope you're all doing well, that you're safe, that you're not sick, that you're not being evicted from your homes, that you're not unemployed, that you're being taken care of, and that you're all well. So yeah, so I'll just sign off until the next time. Bye.